is done, then we're going to go into that second segment after this 2-minute break, and then we'll do that 10-minute segment.
And in the area of the distress, you have to help me out there. I'm not sure.
No, you know, just talk about what you want to talk about. Okay. You know, I don't want to be guiding you or whatever. Okay. I don't think I'm. You said that you wanted to talk about fear.
Yes.
And I thought we'd throw some other things in on it to make it sound much more interesting. But if you talk about fear for 30 minutes, it's all right with me. But
okay.
Just make sure that we're doing everything. We're getting a lot of good camera shots.
Yes.
So,
okay.
Okay.
Taylor first.
Thank you and welcome to the show this morning. The topic this morning is fear. And we have with us to talk about fear this morning, Gregory Taylor. Gregory Taylor has been with us on a number of occasions, and I don't think that he's a stranger to many members of our audience. And so let me welcome you, Brother Taylor, to the show this morning and tell you how delighted we are to have you, and to also let you know that some of the things that you've talked about earlier on this show, people have been very, very complimentary in terms of some of the things that you've said. And that's what I'd like to do today. I'd like to talk about a very, very important topic that you said that you wanted to talk about in a real sense, and that is fear. And so let's start off by first giving us some information in reference to your background, your education, and some of your experiences, and then during that second segment, we'll have an opportunity to start with fear, distress, duress, all those negative kind of things that help to lead people into wrong direction. So let's start off from that perspective.
Okay. Well, I'm a native of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and my name is Taylor Gregory. Last time I used Gregory Taylor, and that's a representation of a lot of the fears that I have grown up with. And I'm from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, went to school at Selma University, and my father was roots were in San Salvador. My mother was Choctaw and Blackfoot Indian. We went to school in the Tuscaloosa County High Schools, and went to Stillman College, University of Alabama, and then we transferred to Selma. But I just have had special interest in personal development and turning my life into my product. Those kind of things have been my goal. Whatever it is that I have lived, I have wanted to develop my ability to speak in order to share it with others, so that others can grow and see things in their life that they may have never thought about.
And so you feel that for some reason that you've been hampered in a real sense, your own personal development through what you consider to be fear. Now, why don't you explain that to us? Okay. How does that happen?
Okay. I consider myself to have grown up on what I call a duress diet, a diet of fear. Being the youngest son on the 4 girls, I have been fed fear through the sounds in their tongues of their voices. And it has taught me how to make distinctions between their sounds. Their words can be appropriate and their sounds can insult you. And being the youngest son on the 4 girls, it got my attention when I was young how my mother would speak differently when she spoke to a Caucasian male, and she spoke differently when she spoke to my father and I. So I began to inquire to Caucasian males as well as females what was the reason for the difference, that type of thing, you know. And I never forget in the law library at Georgia State University when I first discovered the word duress. It means you raise a child with a threatening fear. And so I've been fed that, and it's been to the degree that I have not known how to know what it was not, you know, because it has just been on me so long. And then there was a sister who shared with me once. She said, Gregory, she said, if people sense that you're fearful, they will turn it on you. I said, well, y'all kept the fear button on me all the time. I never knew how to not know fear. Exactly. So I have a wonder if it's a mystery to me. I'm curious about it and things of that nature. But most importantly, through sound, my uncle told me that my mother fussed a lot when she was pregnant with me. She also did some, she said she was suffering from malnutrition. So all of these things affect a woman when she's pregnant. Even after she's pregnant, she carries memories of having been hungry if she was pregnant. It echoes in the prints of her voice and these type of things. So these are some of my experiences in that area.
And so in a real sense, you think that you're really living a life that has already been laid out for you in terms of your earlier experiences, even in the womb. Yes. In a real sense, I think that that's what you're essentially what you're saying. Is that what?
Exactly, Dr. Haney, and I